Hi, this is Kathi Quinn with Floriani. Floriani is a division of R&K Distributing, and I want to welcome you to this week's project of the week. I was teaching on doing recipes on cardstock, on recipe cardstock. So we're going to look at how I would do that. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to my artwork tools. I'm going to select the rectangle, and I'm just going to hold down my left mouse key and drag. So I have drawn a rectangle. Now this rectangle, if I select it, is just artwork. It's not anything yet. So I'm going to select that. I'm going to go up to my properties box, and I'm going to make this, I'm going to size it here, and I'm going to make this 4.5 by 6.5. So I'm going to make it 6.5 wide and 4.5 high. So that's the size of my cardstock. You can buy it larger, smaller, whatever you want. Now I'm going to click Run. So I have now, with my one-click wonder down at the bottom right-hand corner, I have turned this into a run stitch. So what this is going to do is it's going to stitch directly onto my stabilizer. It is going to stitch out a placement line. So now I'm going to place my cardstock inside that line. I'm going to hoop Floriani Perfect Stick Cutaway. I'm going to remove the score and remove the paper and stick this down. So I've stuck down a piece of cardstock. So now that it's stitching there, I've got that stuck down. What I need is an alphabet. So I'm going to left mouse click, and I'm going to come over to my all fonts, and I'm going to go to small. See what I've got in the small fonts for a moment. And I've got line fonts that are very small, and I think I'm going to pick a line block. There we go. So now I can type in and I can hover. Let me see. Do I have everything I need? Yes, I have. I do have all the numbers I need, but I'm missing a couple of symbols I would like. So that one's not going to work for me. So let's go and see line here. Let me hover over it. Again, well, I could use it. I can use this one. So we're going to use this one, and I am going to make it a little taller. I'm going to make it 0.25. I'm going to make it quarter of an inch tall. And I can type in salsa. Okay, and I'm going to apply salsa, and I'm going to move that. I'm going to move this up where I want it on my card. And you get the idea. You're going to type out your whole recipe and put it within this line. So this is going to stitch out. Now once this is finished, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to select my outside. I'm going to right mouse click copy, right mouse click paste, and I'm going to change that to a motif run. And I'm going to come in and find a motif that I like, and I might change the spacing, change the motif a little bit, however I want it. I can come in here and drop this down, and I've got lots to choose from. So I can choose to put any motif around the edge that I want. Maybe this one. Apply. I like that one. I might make the pattern size a little bit bigger. But now maybe not. Maybe I'll put a little spacing in between. See how that does for me. I don't like that. And I'm just going to play with it till it does what I need. Put it big and bring it back down. There we go. Okay. And I'm not real fond of how this is ending, so what I'm going to do is I am going to look at this run. I'm going to come over here to my shape tool, and I don't like, that's my problem. I'm going to start and finish, not at a corner. I'm going to, Got the wrong one. Here we go. I want to start and finish over here. Now I finished. See, I was having trouble with that corner. Well, the reason I was having trouble with that corner is because of where it started. So I'm going to change that, and that's nice to know. And I'm going to bring you down just to here. Let's see if we can't get you just right. Ooh, that's cool. I just like to play. All right, now we've played. We've got a nice border around here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stitch out the salsa recipe before I stitch out the border. I am going to take my hoop off the machine. I'm going to take 2 little strips of Stitch Perfection tape, put along the second piece of cardstock, and I'm going to stick it on the back within those placement lines. Then I'm going to create my border, stitch my border, and then I'm going to cut around the cutaway stabilizer, and I've got a beautiful recipe card. They look so cool. So they're great gifts. Make it wonderful if you're giving salsa or your favorite hot chocolate recipe or whatever in a nice mason jar. Tie the recipe on with using cardstock. Very simple to stitch on. Use a 7511 embroidery needle. Use regular cardstock. You can buy it in all sizes. Go ahead and stitch away. I did a black cardstock with red and green and yellow recipe writing on them, and I actually did put a chili on it and did my recipe. So you would be amazed at what you can do on cardstock. As long as it's on perfect stick cutaway, the sky's the limit. You can stitch away. The only other trick is put your presser foot down low so it's almost touching your cardstock without touching. So I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. It was just a quick one. It was a fun one, but I've had some questions on this. So I hope you have an amazing week, and I look forward to seeing you again next week. Thanks for coming.